Hey guys, next episode of Same Page, Different Books podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Tyler.
And let's get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about communication with the people you care about, from people you're interested in, your friends, family, just different styles. So first thing, let's get into it is over-communicating better than being mysterious? What do you think?
I think it probably depends on what point you are in the relationship. You know, if you're just starting out, some of the fun of getting to know someone is the fact that they are mysterious and you do have all these questions. But I think, kind of once you're down the road with someone and you have a good understanding of who each other are, then maybe it's better to err on the side of over communicating so that you continue that relationship in a healthy manner.
Interesting. I don't disagree, but I don't know if I fully agree. I most definitely, if I had to pick between the two, I think over-communicating is better than being mysterious. And
I don't think anybody would be surprised by that.
Actually, some would. I would consider myself an extroverted introvert, where the first couple of times I meet somebody or I'm around people, I'm going to be quiet, I'm going to be to myself, not because I don't have anything to say, but because I most definitely have something to say, but it's because I'm thinking to myself, do I want to keep these people around me? And then after I feel comfortable, I think, okay, they're good people. Then I'm going to start yapping. But when it comes to friends and family and relationships like that, I want the person I'm with to, I don't want to be guessing. I don't want to be a mind reader. I want you to tell me how you're feeling or what's bothering you.
Fair.
Something that, the people that I've dated or been interested in, I'm going to ask, how your day is. And if they say good or fine, that's just not going to fly with me. I'm going to say, try again, and, I need details. I don't like that.
But what if it was just fine?
No, I want to know all of it. The same way I want them to know what happened with my day. And it's not because I want to talk about my day. It's because I genuinely care what happened. Because I think to love or to like somebody is to understand them. So I want to know what's happening with them.
That's deep.
So low key, that was kind of deep. I kind of cooked with that. But I want to know what's going on. So if I ask how your day was and you just say good or fine, you get one strike. Try again. I'm gonna keep asking. I'm gonna be like,
what if the person is just someone who struggles to explain their emotions of the day, and sometimes all they can get out is just, it was okay.
Then I think it comes down to two things. Either one, we may just not be compatible.
Okay.
Especially if I say how I feel and they're not moving, or if they tell me how they're feeling and I'm not moving,
right.
Or we reach some type of agreement where if I say I'm gonna ask you how your day was, you're just gonna have to realize that's gonna happen every single day. All right, I'm gonna say what happened. You don't have to go into extreme detail the same way I may, but I'm gonna need more than okay or I'm fine. Okay. And it's not because I'm trying to interrogate you or I think you're up to no good. It's because I genuinely care. And not to sound toxic, if I stop asking how your day was or what's going on, then you know that I'm starting to check out. That's just how I'm wired. Okay. I want to know. Anyways, next thing is, should you ever test someone to see if they care?
It sounds like you have an answer.
Of course I have an answer to every question. Test, not to sound toxic or manipulative, but I think
that's never a good introduction.
Not to sound toxic or manipulative. I think intentionally testing your person, that's messed up. If I say I wonder how she's going to respond to this, so I'm going to do this to them, that's messed up. And that's not cool. But I think it's good to kind of test the person that you're with. The same way, before you buy something, you want to test the product to see if it's going to work. And, the way that I would test is not I'm trying to, have something over you or play you. It's for example, I want my girl or whoever I'm interested in or whoever, I want them to be around my boys. Oh, so we're going to have a pregame. I'm going to say, oh, my friends are going to be there. I want you to come as well. That's going to kind of be a test to see how they interact around my friends, because I want my friends to get along with the person I'm interested in. So, that's kind of testing them, but it's not, intentionally trying to, see if they'll fail or see if they're good or not. It's just genuine. Or, how they act around my family, because I care about how they think, and they're the people that raised me. So that's different than I'm going to test her by getting blacked out drunk, and I'm going to see how she acts. Is she going to take care of me? Is she going to leave me? That's messed up. So I think testing your person is good, because if you're going to be with them forever, I want to know how you're going to act or respond.
Interesting.
See, low key sounds right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know that like test would be the right word. I
Okay.
think maybe like, I mean, it sounds bad to say like keeping score or running an experiment or any of those things.
Those
but
both sound
I think,
terrible.
yeah, maybe we got to find a different word. I think like when I first thought of it, my thought was like, if I brought up something that I enjoy, you know, like I like going ice skating, or my favorite candy bar is a Reese's Take 5. Those like little things. I'm not necessarily like keeping track of if they take notice of it, but if they do take notice of it and they buy me a candy bar randomly, or they take me ice skating, or we go do something that I've shown interest in, then like I'm obviously going to keep a mental note to myself of like, oh, this person actually cares. They were listening to me when I said this, you know? Now, would I hold it against them if they didn't do those things? I guess it kind of depends on like if they showed their love in different ways, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I would ever like intentionally test someone, but I would definitely keep an eye out and observe their behavior based on things that I've said or people that I enjoy that they're around.
See, I like that angle. I like that a lot because I most definitely will say, oh, I like this or I don't like this. And I didn't even think about that, huh? Yeah, I like that. Because if I say, oh, I like this, and then they just like surprise me with it, or they just do it, you're a keeper. I like that. But I think after the second
You're
or
a
third
listener.
time, a listener, I want that. But after the second or third time, if they don't do it, not to say like keeping score does sound bad or running.
That's what I'm saying.
But low key, that's what it is. If I say, oh, it really means a lot if like you surprise me with sweet tea because that's my favorite drink, or like I love that drink so much, and then they just like surprise me with it, you get a point. I'm not saying I'm keeping points, but if they don't do
What
that,
if it's not Turkey Hill though?
it's a thought that counts.
Okay.
I don't expect perfection right away.
Okay.
Like that's something that me and my therapist talk about. Therapy, we're healthy, or trying to be. But like therapy, for instance, like I talked to her where I was like, oh, like I really like it bothers me if somebody does this, this, and this. She pointed out it's not really fair to expect them to get it right away. For example, if they said, Josh, it really bothers me that you do this, and the next time it pops up, you still messed up, but you didn't do it as bad. If they threw it in your face, you'd probably like clam up and not want to be the same way around them or feel as comfortable. So I like take that upon myself, where if I say, it really bothers me that you do this, or if you said this, it hurt my feelings. And then if they do it again, but they do it slightly different, but in the sense of like they're trying, I can tell, then I'm just like, okay, they're trying. I'm not going to hold it against them. That's the example with like the Turkey Hill. So if they gave me like iced tea and let's say it's Gold Peak, or it's like, or it's Arizona. Great brands, love it, but it's not Turkey Hill.
Right.
I'm going to love and appreciate that thought. If they give me Brisk, it's not the same. They don't taste the same.
I think the other thing that you kind of have to think about is if you are quote unquote keeping score, then you almost also have to keep score for yourself, because in a relationship it's two ways, right? Like as much as you're going to say I dislike or like these things, they're also going to be doing that. And if you're not keeping a mental track of that and testing yourself to show how much you care about them, what are you doing?
Facts. It's give and take, sacrifice. Working on it still. We all are. And then the next thing we'll talk about, last thing, is do you think tone is more important than the words that you're saying?
This is going to be a little controversial and definitely a generalization, but for women, yes. For men, no.
Yeah, and be careful now. We got some interesting viewers, so be careful. What are you about to say now? Elaborate.
I just think that when I've had conversations with men in the past and noticed the way that men communicate with each other, it's very direct. It's very to the point. You say what you mean and you mean what you say. With women, especially with the way that women communicate with each other, there seems to be always these complex layers and these things that you have to do to read between the lines, and you can say something very passive aggressively and have that mean something different than just saying it normally. And so I think the way that women communicate is a little more complicated, and tone has a lot more impact on the meaning behind the message than typically when men do it. Once again, huge generalization.
I understand what you're saying. It'd be interesting to hear what a woman would say if they hopped on the podcast. I can't speak for
I
women.
also think that I've had a lot of conversations with women where, like, I say something that I think is perfectly fine, and then they get upset with me, and I'm like, why are you upset? And they're like, well, why did you say it this way? You think I'm fat? And it's like, no, I don't think you're fat. I never said that to begin with. I don't know where you even got that from.
See, I don't know. I could honestly be on both sides with it. I kind of get it. Because, like...
It's not necessarily that one's better than the other. It's just a different way of communicating.
I think it's situational like everything. But I think probably words, are more important than the tone. So I think we agree with that. Because I think if somebody says, I love you, and they're nice, where compared to I love you, like, I'm assuming like, oh, you love me. At least that's just how my brain's gonna work. Or they're like, I hate you so much. I hate you. Like, obviously it means two different things because of the tone. But like in my head, I'm just like, oh, they like me. So, and maybe that's just me being like a little delusional, and I understand that at least in that situation. But the words mean more to me, and I think that kind of goes along because of my love language, which is words of affirmation. Words are always gonna mean more. That's why like saying how you feel. I don't care about the tone, but saying how you feel. Letters, all that hits for me, especially letters. But
Interesting.
so I think that sums it up for me.
Fair.
Anything else you want to add?
Not really, no.
Well,
not at this time. But the next episode, which you should tune in for, we'll be talking more about life in our 20s and things we're going through.
yes. We'll see how that goes. Have fun. We'll see you next time. Bye.